Watch this.
The main reason why I don't want to be married anymore is because the way that I've been able to make my 17-year marriage work all of these years is by compromising myself. Compromising what I think, compromising about what I value, compromise what I want, compromise the type of relationship that I want to have. Everything has been a compromise, but the compromise has been on my part, me adjusting, changing, doing things differently to please my partner and to make the family as a whole work. And I just know that it's just not the right thing to do anymore. But on the other hand, it's really scary thinking that I'm going to be 52 years old out there living by myself with my kids, trying to make it in this economy. I don't have an education. I never went to school. I didn't have a career or anything like that. There was no plan B.
And you're leaving because you don't want to compromise?
This was always the plan, be married, stay married, raise a family, and just stay together and make it work to the end. I'm taking a huge risk, and sometimes I question whether it's the right thing to do. But I know the reason why I'm questioning is because I'm so used to compromising myself. I'm so used to putting myself last. I'm so used to just making myself disappear so I can be in these roles, wife, mother, whatever, and somehow hopefully make other people happy, and that'll be my life. But that's not the right way to live. I want to find a different way of living. And I have a lot of regret that I've waited so long and I'm doing it now at 52. I don't have youth. I don't have, all of the optimism. I don't have years and years in front of me. I don't really even have the time to kind of wait on it or waste. I mean, I don't have a ton of time. I mean, if I don't do it now, when will I ever do it? When will I ever be comfortable in my own skin? When will I ever feel proud and happy and like myself? When will I ever be in a situation like that again, unless I go out there and try to take it for myself? It's pretty scary, but I have a feeling that it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it.
Who gonna tell her? Who's going to tell her? This woman's willing to give up everything because she no longer wants to compromise. Part of being in a relationship is compromise. I didn't hear her complain about anything else but the fact that she no longer wants to compromise. Does she not understand her husband is also compromising? It's not just her. It's both of them that came together and said, we're going to do this. There's some things that we have to compromise. You're not going to get everything your way, and he's not going to get everything his way. You just said you don't have a career, you don't have an education. So what I'm hearing is he's providing, he's taking care of everything. I'm not hearing you're being neglected. I'm not hearing you're being bruised in any kind of way. Change it up just in case of community guidelines. It's just that you are tired of compromising. Marriage is work, daily compromise, daily sacrifice. And it's all about how you look at it. I don't hear anything's going wrong besides you don't want to compromise and think it's going to be easier just to start over. Are you starting over with yourself? Because if you get involved with some other person, you're going to have to compromise. So you're going to end up putting yourself in the same position, but you're going to put yourself in that position at 52. Not saying people can't start over at an older age, but don't expect it to be as easy as it was when you were in your 20s. I've heard countless stories of women saying, it's tough out here. It is so tough out here. Especially being an older woman. What she's about to do, it's a big gamble. Now, it's so easy to think of starting over. You're fantasizing, I'm going to start over. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But let's get to reality. What about all the years you invested in your marriage? the shared memories, the partnership, the children, and the things that did work. I've seen countless videos of women crying, regretting, I should have never left my marriage. I thought it was going to be this, that, and the other. I should have never left my marriage, but it was too late. At the end of the day, marriage takes effort and compromise. Sometimes we get tired of routine. We want some excitement. We want something different. But that doesn't necessarily mean leave your person, especially when you have excuses like, I don't want to compromise anymore. Really? What we got to remember is happiness is fluid in a relationship. It's not permanent. You have your good days, you have your bad days. No one feels happy all the time. Marriages go through seasons. Some days you're going to be in full bliss. Other days you're going to be like, oh my goodness, can you give me some space? But to expect constant happiness is unrealistic. But they say you got to keep the fire going. You got to keep putting little logs on the fire to keep it going. Sometimes it may sizzle out, but you see a little smoke. If you got a little smoke, a little spark, start putting another log on there. Keep doing those little things, because before you know it, you would have ignited that fire again. And again, you should never stay in a relationship where it's unhealthy and toxic and abusive. So I have a few questions. What made you feel like you was the only one compromising in this relationship? When did you start feeling unhappy in this marriage? Have you communicated these frustrations? Because communication is the key. You have to communicate in order for your relationship to work. Did you consider therapy? In what ways has your husband compromised in this marriage? What does starting over look like for you? While unhappiness can lead to a valid reason to reevaluate your marriage, it's not a good enough reason to want to end your marriage. Take the steps. Get to the root of the problem before making such a big decision. I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments. Let's get this conversation started. Let's go. I